Now I know what you're thinking. Daniel, this video is over 30 minutes in length. That's too long. I'm not going to watch that whole video. If that's your attitude, that's perfectly fine. I don't expect you to watch the whole video. But what I will say is that this video is extremely informative, factual, but most of all gives you a slight background and viewpoint into Onision Greg's life. I was actually somewhat surprised as how many people didn't know who Onision was in my last video, and if this video doesn't do a good job as exposing him for what he really is, I honestly don't know what will. This video here is actually 3 video responses. I'm responding to 3 people, 2 of which are Onision in one video. That is why this video is so long. For those of you who don't know, Onision actually replied, or I should say he made a video response to my video. But he didn't use my name or anything, but it was very clear that the video he made was directed at the video I made to him about growing up. I will in fact be responding to his video that he made towards me, and I will also be responding to his video Alimony versus Slavery, where he compares having to pay his ex-wife to that of slavery. And my final response is to what is known as an Onision. I don't know if I want to label him an Onision fanboy, but at the same time, that's what I'm thinking since the video response that was made to me was defending Onision, and well, I'm going to be responding to that video too. And just to give a heads up, there is a video that I'm using in my video, which Onision, I guarantee you, doesn't want you to see. But thankfully, I got a hold of it.
Hey, do you support slavery? Like, do you support another person working for something that they cannot profit from whatsoever? Do you support that? Okay, if your answer is no, then you don't support alimony. Do you realize that? You do not support alimony if you do not believe in someone working for something that they are going to gain absolutely nothing from. You know, you can say that taxes are slavery, but when you pay your taxes, you're paying the government to invest more in roads and schools and other things that you use or at one point have used. But when it comes to alimony, what the fuck are you getting out of that? I want to know. Because to me, what alimony is it's paying for someone else's lifestyle that you want nothing to do with anymore. You know? Like either they were totally terrible to you in the sense that they drained you of your life force on a regular basis and you got fed up and couldn't deal with their immense level of pessimism and negativity, or they cheated on you, or they abused you in some other way. Whatever your reason for separating from them, it's like, why would you have to pay them so they can continue to live the way that they lived when they were with you?
Greg, let me tell you something. When you convinced your ex-wife to quit her real job and to help you with your YouTube career and help you film videos and make videos, and then you agree to pay her, and then the marriage ends, and then she has no source of income anymore because she was reliant upon you for income, and you signed a contract saying that you would pay her a certain amount of money for helping you with your YouTube channel. And this is what pisses me off. Greg, you give no credit to your ex-wife Sky, who actually helped develop your YouTube channel. She is what made you into the YouTube channel you have today. If it wasn't for her, I don't think you would even have the YouTube channel with the amount of viewers, the amount of subscribers that you do. Because if it wasn't for her, you would be no place on YouTube. I honestly believe that. And yet, you give her no credit for anything she did. Instead, you sit in this video and just call her lazy. But she quit her job for you. And that may have been a foolish thing to do, quit her job to help you. But she did it. She trusted you. And then when the marriage didn't work out, after you signed this contract, or that you would pay her, you stopped paying her and you wouldn't pay her anymore. So because it was there was some type of contract between you guys, and that when she took it to court, she won. She won the court case for alimony because she quit her job to help you, and then when the marriage didn't work out, she had no more source of income. If I was to quit my job right now that I actually have, I work at Costco working in an optical lab, I wouldn't be able to get my job back. That's just it. I wouldn't be able to get it back. I, as a 20-year-old, make about $15,000 to $18,000 a year. That is not enough for me to support myself and to live out on my own. So when your marriage ended, she had no income anymore. What was she supposed to do? You wouldn't help pay for her anymore. So she took you to court, she won the legal battle, she had enough evidence to prove either in a contract or something, or a verbal agreement, or email, or something, where you agreed to pay her money. And the only way I see that she won is because you refused to honor your side of the contract and pay her money because you guys are in a divorce, and because you guys had a divorce, you don't think that you need to pay her anymore for the work that she helped you with. Or maybe you didn't even pay her at all during the marriage. I don't know the exact details, but I do know a contract was made between you and your ex-wife. She took it to court and she won, meaning that you have to pay her alimony. She had enough evidence to establish a legitimate reason for you to pay her alimony because she had no other job at that time. And maybe she still doesn't. And Onision, I need to correct myself. You have over 140 million views on YouTube. 140 million views? I checked your Social Blade, which is a website that shows you views and statistics, and you make between $60,000 through $150,000 or more per year off of YouTube. $1,200 is not very much to you, and yet you sit here complaining that you have to pay alimony to your ex-wife when you convinced her to quit her job. That, to me, seems perfectly fair.
Especially considering that when they lived with you, the reason you probably have to pay them alimony is because they sat on their ass doing pretty much nothing the entire time you were married. Whose fault is that? You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's the husband's fault or it's the wife's fault, whoever paid all the bills. But no, it's the individual's fault for being so freaking lazy. You know, there's no kids to take care of, I assume. Child support makes sense because you're taking care of your kids, your dependents. But alimony, why should you have to take care of a fully capable human being who is an adult?
Because you, Onision, Greg, didn't uphold your part of the bargain with the contract that you did with your ex-wife. You either didn't pay her the amount that you agreed to, or you didn't pay her at all, or something to that degree. Do not make agreements with anyone verbally or signing a contract when you never know the future of your relationship. Because if you signed a contract saying you'd pay her for this amount every single month for this amount of years, you have to follow that contract whether or not you're divorced, whether or not she hurt you, whether or not she cheated on you, you still have to pay her because you agreed to.
That's what I want to know. Why is it the government gives people this advantage over their significant others who took care of them for years and years and years, despite the fact that they're not even disabled? Why does the person who actually takes responsibility for themselves and gets a job and works for a living has to pay even more when the relationship is over? It's so unfair. It's a complete injustice. You know, I'm not going to say that slavery, actual, literal, 1900s, 1800s slavery, is the same as alimony. But I will say that there are similarities. You know? And the similarities, well, actually the lack in a similarity is the fact that when you were a slave, you got free food, free shelter, free water, some cases free medical.
I'm sorry, Onision, but this correlation you try to make between alimony and slavery is absolutely ridiculous. And not just that, but what you just said here is complete and utter bull crap. You must not know anything about slavery. I'm going to guarantee you that, because what you just said here could not be more wrong. Slaves were looked upon as worthless scum. Slaves back in the early 18, 17, 16, 1500s were treated terribly. In most cases, slavery, especially against blacks, they didn't get free food, fresh water, fresh bread with butter. Your conception of slavery is far from the truth. Slavery was brutal. People starved to death. People died of extreme diseases from not getting fresh water, fresh food, and I stress the word not, getting medical for their problems. I don't know what era of slavery you're thinking here, Greg, but it's not accurate. All you have to do is open a history book and read up on how slaves were treated, and what you said here will be disproven instantly.
What does a guy paying alimony get? That's what I want to know. Or a woman paying alimony. She gets jack shit. Again, to pay for someone they don't even like anymore. And they like even less now that they know that they're just a greedy asshole who still doesn't want to get a job, despite the fact that they tried to have them get a job during the whole marriage.
Oh really? You tried to get her to have a job all the way throughout the whole marriage, which was helping you with YouTube. Really, Greg? Stop with the lies.
And they kept refusing because, again, they're lazy. Why do we pander to lazy people? Why do we let lazy people suck us dry of our life force? It doesn't make sense. So again, if you don't support people working for zero in return, then do not support alimony. It's just not fair. People have a right to sever ties with someone because they are absolutely negative to them, because they are absolutely deconstructive to them, because they're a negative impact on their life. They're allowed to move on with their life without having to pay them.
Greg, Onision, what do you not understand about this? You think that because someone negatively impacts your life and squeezes out your life force, that automatically takes you away from the social contract that you either said verbally or through email or whatever. It doesn't. Once a contract's in set, it's in set. And whatever your ex-wife presented in that court case, it must have been solid evidence that you agreed to something to pay her a certain amount of money. Because you don't just go to court and say, yeah, I want my ex-boyfriend to pay me this amount of money every year, unless she has a valid, factual, evidential reason. Your ex-wife presented a real strong case in order for her to win alimony. I'm against alimony just to have to pay someone in your relationship. I'm against that. But if you sign a contract or something with her about you're going to pay her this for helping you with this or something, then you gotta follow up with that. It doesn't matter what your relationship status is. Contract's a contract. She won in court with enough evidence. Therefore, you have to pay or you go to jail. That's not unfair, buddy.
I support child support. I support grown adults taking responsibility for their non-adult dependents or their disabled dependents. But I do not support grown adults having to take responsibility for other grown adults just because of the fact that the other grown adults are lazy and incapable of being an adult.
Oh, Greg. Such an ironic statement because your ex-wife is the adult. She took you to court. She won. That proves that she was, in fact, the adult because she wouldn't let you get away with not paying her when you agreed to pay her. That in itself shows a sign of maturity and that she is an adult. After all, she did win the legal case with enough evidence to prove her side.
It's ridiculous. And I think that everybody who says, oh, well, you're just a deadbeat husband or you're just a deadbeat wife and that's why you won't take care of your ex, I feel that everybody who says that fails to reflect on the fact that the real deadbeat is the person who can't even pay their own bills because they refuse to get a job. That's a deadbeat. All the husbands and wives out there, the ex-husbands and wives out there who are supporting their exes even though it's been years, those are heroes. Because they are willing to suck it up and pay for something that's a complete injustice just for the sake of some corrupt bullshit that goes on in our government that panders to weakness.
I know what you're trying to say, that you are the hero because you're paying your ex-wife a certain amount of money even though you want nothing to do with her. You're somehow the hero. When in fact, you're the one who's making a video calling her lazy, all these terrible things, and yet you sit here and complain about life's so unfair. Life's so unfair! Life's so unfair!
And the same applies to a lot of people who are fraudulent with welfare and who milk the system otherwise. They are corrupt, they are wrong, and they are immoral. Why do we let them get away with it? I'm not going to. I'm speaking out. Yeah, I have to pay alimony, otherwise I go to jail. But that doesn't mean I don't have a right to talk about it.
Greg, you have the right to talk about it, and I actually have no problem with you talking about it. I just have a problem with you comparing alimony to slavery. You sit there in front of a camera and complain and moan that you have to pay alimony. Instead of bucking up and maturing and saying, I have to do this whether I want to or not, you make a video complaining about how everything's so unfair and how my life's so hard and yada 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 yada. By all means, Greg, speak about the injustice of the government and having to pay alimony. I don't have a problem. But don't sit there and complain about how life's so unfair for you. Because if there's one thing about the YouTube community, is that we don't want to see people like you make videos complain about how you have it so hard in life, about how you're always the person who's always wronged against. The victim card that you play is getting so old.
So that's that. Alimony is just another form of slavery. Not as bad as it used to be back in the old day when they whipped people, beat people, raped people. But certainly financially, it's pretty much the same thing. Don't support alimony. Support hard workers, people who are willing to be adults and work for a living rather than leeching off people that they said that they once loved. Absolutely shameful, lacking any form of honor. These people who collect alimony after even a year of already doing so. A year is plenty of time to get back on your feet, and yet these people, they continue to suck and suck and suck. All the while claiming not to be a succubus, which kind of defines them entirely when they decide to sign a piece of paper that says this person has to pay me for no goddamn good reason for the next few years because I'm too fucking lazy.
Onision, whether she loves you, whether she hates you, whether you love her, or whether you hate her, that does not play in the legal decision of having to pay her alimony.
Hey guys, crazy thing about this world is that there are a lot of people who are watching me who do not realize that it's okay to be a human being. Like, they are human beings, and they're not willing to admit that they are me in so many ways because they would rather criticize than realize that they are exactly like the person that they are criticizing.
In other words, Greg, what you're trying to say that instead of you needing to grow up, it's actually me because I am criticizing you and I am guilty of what I'm accusing you of, not growing up. And to an extent, I agree with you. I mean, you can look at all my comics on the back of my wall, and if that's what you mean by me needing to grow up, then by all means, I agree with you, because I do happen to be 20 years old, I collect comic books, I read comic books all the time, and it is kind of a childish hobby to read comic books. So if this is what you meant by me needing to grow up, then I agree with you. So yes, I do need to grow up in the area of spending my childish money on little objects like this that really don't do anything.
And what I mean by this is people do not like to take shit, okay? If you wear a shirt out in public that says, I don't like this, or I'm for this, or whatever, you don't want some asshole walking up to you and giving their opinion on your shirt in a negative way. Nobody wants that. So my question is why the fuck are so many assholes coming on my channel saying that I asked for their opinions? Seriously, why do people come to me and act like it's my duty to eat their shit? Because I put my life out there, I all of a sudden deserve everyone's opinion? When I didn't subscribe to them, I didn't click on their video, I didn't like them on Facebook, I didn't follow them on Twitter, I didn't give a shit or indicate that I gave a shit about their negative shit that they wanted to feed me? Like, I don't understand it. Nobody likes criticism. Nobody. And for people to come here going, oh, you can't handle criticism, that's somehow a rare thing. They're living in La La Land. They are. Because you don't want someone coming up to you and saying, you're fucking wrong for that t-shirt you're wearing. You wore it in public, so you deserve my opinion. I'm gonna spread my opinion all up inside your asshole, and then I'm gonna lick it off and fucking shit it out and then put it down your throat and eat it and do the same process over again. Who wants that? Nobody. Nobody fucking wants that. None of you like criticism.
And this is where I'm going to have to correct you. You just made a statement for everybody. Nobody likes criticism. And you can think I'm in La La Land, you can think that I'm lying, but I enjoy what is known as valid criticism. Valid criticism is when someone actually gives you feedback, constructive feedback on whether it's your personal life, your personal decisions, your religion, your faith, your whatever. It's valid criticism, which is trying to help you and trying to benefit you, which is trying to help you learn from your experience. That's what I call valid criticism. It's also all about learning new things. Greg, I've made over 300 videos on my channel. You have plenty more videos than I've made on your Onision Speaks channel. But in many of my videos, I discuss Christianity, religion, and I don't mind if I'm criticized. I don't. You can go to those videos and you can see some of the comments people write to me. You can see my responses, my video responses to people who have actually critiqued me on a lot of different things. I do in fact respond to people. I make video responses to plenty of other people, not just you, but other people too. I've made videos clarifying my viewpoints, addressing people's criticism towards my beliefs and my standards. I'm not going to show you my videos to prove that, but it's out there. It's on my channel. I accept criticism, and I want valid criticism. Because really, if I make videos and everybody agrees with what I say, and everybody's happy-go-lucky, and no one criticizes what I have to say, then I'm doing something wrong on here on YouTube.
Anybody who says that they like it when people tell them that they're a faggot, that they're an asshole, that they're a dickhead, that they're a whatever, they're either a masochist or they're a liar.
Onision, I don't think you're understanding this. If someone just calls you a straight-out faggot or calls you a dick, that is not criticism, okay? You're honestly mixing up what is known as valid criticism with someone just being a complete a-hole. If I call you a fag or you call me a fag, I would not consider that criticism. Criticism to me, as I already just mentioned, is giving you feedback. You can take it as negative or you can take it as positive, but is giving you feedback on how to improve or look at a different perspective on what you're talking about. In fact, one of the criticisms that I constantly got when I first came onto YouTube as a young Earth, naive, stupid creationist that I was, is that the Earth is 12,000 years old and the process of evolution is complete bullcrap. But over time, reading comments, reading valid criticisms that people presented to me about my faith and belief in evolution, it changed, and now, from that valid criticism, I am what is known as a theistic evolutionist. From YouTube, from people criticizing me, I've changed my actual worldview on how I view the world. I believe in evolution now. So again, I repeat, there's a big difference between valid criticism and someone just calling you a faggot just because they want to be an a-hole. There's a difference there.
Okay? Because human beings like to be complimented. Human beings like to feel good about themselves. And you want to understand the Speaks channel? You want to understand what this is all about? Guys, I'm a fucking human being, okay? I'm just like all of you in so many ways. We were all born from a vagina. Okay, so here's what happens, right? I come home from work. A lot of shitty things happened. I want to talk to somebody about the shitty things that happened. I don't have a wife, so this is the Onision Speaks channel that I'm talking to, pretending is my wife. I say, honey, there's a lot of fucking pricks at work. I cannot stand them, and I'm very upset about them. This is what I want the wife to do. And this is what the wife would want me to do in her shoes or his shoes. I'm sorry, honey, that's terrible. That's what you want to hear, right? You don't want them to go, you know, maybe you're the asshole. Maybe the people at work are right, and you're wrong. And then I go, oh, are you fucking serious? Is this what I'm going to come home to? I'm going to come home to somebody being a negative Nancy? Wow. Okay, next time you, wife Onision Speaks channel, wants constructive criticism from me, or just, you know, for me to be positive or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and shit all over you, okay? Honey, do I look fat in this dress? I don't know. I think that dress is actually too small for you because you're so fat. Nobody wants to hear that! Jesus Christ, people. It's like when you log onto the internet, you forget to be a human being. Seriously. I make these videos because I just want to express myself. I want to vent. I want to rant. I want to talk about what happens in my life. And I do not want your fucking negative opinions.
Onision, I have no problem with you wanting to express yourself on the internet. That's fine. I do that in plenty of my videos. And if you want to talk to people on YouTube and express what you're going through on your personal life, that's your choice, but it is known as the internet, and you have to be able to understand that whether you want people or not, people are going to take your video and respond to it like I'm doing right here. When you upload your videos publicly onto YouTube, whether you are expressing your personal life or not, people are going to criticize you. Some may be valid, constructive criticism, and others won't even try to give you criticism. Instead, they'll just call you a fag. Anything you upload to YouTube is automatically subject to being criticized or responded to. Any video I make, people can take it, criticize it, share their opinion on it, whether it's positive or negative, I in fact encourage that, because that is what builds a sense of community here on YouTube. In all of my videos I've made on YouTube, I always glorify when people come to me with questions or honest, valid, constructive criticism about things I believe or things that I hold, or even the actions or things that I say.
I don't give a shit about them. I block you when I see them because nobody likes criticism. Okay? So realize that. Realize that when you wear a shirt in public that has a statement, it doesn't automatically say, hey everyone, come up and tell me your opinion. Okay? When I put my personal life out there, it doesn't mean, hey everybody, come give me your shitty ass opinion.
And you're right, just because I wear a shirt doesn't mean I want their opinion. But because I'm wearing that shirt in public and we live in America, and that's free speech, it's perfectly acceptable for them to say, I don't like your shirt. Do they need to do it? No. But in my case, I actually feel a need to address a lot of your videos based upon how you present yourself and the things that you say in your videos. I still remember the video response I made a while back regarding forgiveness. That was probably one of my most sincere and genuine videos to you. I didn't call you stupid, I didn't call you names, I was merciful, I was compassionate, but most of all it was genuine and heartfelt. You said in that video that you hate your girlfriend, that you will never ever forgive your girlfriend, and that you hate her with all of your might and all of your guts. I made that response to you out of genuine concern, because when you hate someone, and you won't forgive someone, it will consume you. It will make you a bitter person. I expressed that in my video towards you. That was in fact constructive criticism, and I wanted you to listen to it.
It doesn't mean anything. It just means I'm expressing myself. That's it. You know, if I wanted your opinion, I'd subscribe to you. I'd ask you for your opinion. But otherwise, you can take your opinion and shove it up your ass. And don't act like I'm a big bully here, because you in my shoes would be doing very much so the same thing as far as how you feel. Not necessarily your actions, because not a lot of people have the balls to tell people what I tell them. But you would feel the way I do. You would get sick and fucking tired of a bunch of nobody losers putting your name in their title just so they can get attention.
Onision, I've made several videos to you where I never put your name in the title. But I put your name in the title because I wanted you to see it, and I wanted people to send it to you. I have people respond to me all the time on my videos, and they put Mr. Repzion, a response to Mr. Repzion, and I accept it as a video response. I do not care if people use my name in a video as a YouTube title. I do not think that anyone using my name is trying to seek attention from me. And even if they are, I don't mind. I honestly do not mind. If you really hold to that logic that anyone using someone's screen name in their title of their video is looking for attention, then by all means, everybody on YouTube in some way is an attention whore.
Like seriously, I have a negative opinion about Onision because I'm not a drama whore. I'm going to go ahead and make my negative opinion public and talk about what a drama whore he is publicly by being dramatic in the process, because I'm not a flaming hypocrite, which is, by the way, what I'm accusing him of being.
Actually, Onision, in that video, I never even said the word hypocrite. I never accused you of being a hypocrite in that video. Near the end of my video, I said that you contradicted yourself. But I never called you a hypocrite in that video.
Guys, if you have a problem with me, I would say contact me privately, but I really don't even care at this point. Because I am Onision, I am whatever I wish to be. You can't change that.
Here's the fact, Onision. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to convert you into anything. But the majority of my videos that I have made to you, with the exception of a few where I call you stupid, but hell, I'm stupid. I do stupid things, I say stupid things, so I'm stupid too. You make stupid decisions, I make stupid decisions, everyone makes stupid decisions. We're all stupid at some point in our life. But my ultimate goal in my video responses to you is not to get attention. Instead, my goal has been to give you constructive criticism. But more and more I keep getting told by Onision haters, real haters of you, that I'm wasting my time, that no matter how many videos I make, no matter how genuine I try to come across, no matter how blunt or harsh I come across, you're ultimately never going to listen to any type of constructive criticism from anyone. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I will say this again as I've said in my previous video responses to you. I do not hate you, Onision. I do not hate you, Greg. I've never, ever, ever said that I hate you. You can classify me as a hater of you simply because I give a constructive criticism or negative opinion about you, trying to help you, but I'm not a hater. I know what a hater is. I don't hate people. I may dislike someone, but that's not the same thing as hate.
And that's just the way it is. If you don't like me, you need to stop wasting your shitty fucking life watching my videos. Because I only want people who like me watching. I only want people who care for me watching. I only want sane people. And that's another thing, guys. When I talk to people in real life about haters, everybody hates you. Do you haters realize that? Everybody fucking hates you. They really do. Like, I talk to people, I'm like, yeah, these fucking haters. And they're like, yeah, I know, fucking hate haters, right? Bunch of douchebag losers hiding behind their computer screens saying a bunch of big words, and when they meet you in person, they don't have shit to say. God, did I find that at VidCon. So many people that said they hated me online. Oh, hey, Onision, so nice to meet you. Oh my God. Yeah, you guys are fucking pansies, really. It's like I'm the only real person, you know, when it comes to meeting people in person who have negative affiliations with individuals online. It's like the person that I am online is the person I am in person so much of the time. So it's like, what the fuck? Why can't the rest of the world be real? Regardless, you guys feel just like I do. You don't like criticism. Don't pretend that you like criticism. And don't pretend like you have the right to give me your opinion, to email me or to tweet me or whatever your opinion, because I'm not asking for it. You know? I never give you my opinion when you don't ask for it, when you don't tweet me or you don't, if I follow you, like whatever fucking, I'm getting scrambled brain. The point is, you get it. I hope you get it by now. Anyway, comments are disabled on this video because this isn't about you. And I don't know why everything has to be about you.
Onision, you're right. It isn't about me at all. I don't want it to be about me. It is about you. That's why I make these video responses to you. Because deep down, I do hope that maybe somewhere, someplace, something I say will have some sort of effect on maybe you changing the way you live your life and how you treat people and what you do in your day-to-day life. I know what happened between you and Sky. I know where both of your studios are. I know that you got dishonorably discharged from the military. I know that you got your ex-wife Sky to quit her job and then come help you with YouTube, and she was actually the person who kind of started and gave you the Onision channel, the Onision name. She is what made you who you are today in terms of your YouTube channel. And then she took you to court for a legal battle and she won.
Fucking, like, who are you? Like, if you're a hater, it's like you're nobody. And if you're a fan, then you don't even care about this comment thing. Because you're like, I fucking love this guy. I'm so glad that somebody is willing to express themselves honestly, consistently, for over 1,000 videos. Like, this is some fucking ballsy shit. Somebody who's finally real. If you're a fan, you see how fucking awesome all of this is, and you look at the haters as a bunch of fucking jealous losers.
Onision, I am not jealous of you whatsoever. You may have a lot more subscribers than me and a hell of a lot more viewers, but I would rather have my smaller amount of viewers that I can interact with on a day-to-day basis than thousands of Repsion fanboys, I should say, or Onision fanboys and fangirls, looking up to me as this god or role model. I quite frankly would not want that position that you're in. The reason I say this is because I don't want to have tons of people looking to me as a role model when I am human, I make mistakes, I say wrong things, I act the wrong ways, and for an example, then make a video on YouTube saying that I will never, ever, ever forgive my ex-girlfriend. I'm applying this to you, your video that you made, and then influence the viewers or subscribers or fanboys or fangirls in a negative way. Onision, I agree with you on some of your videos that you've made on certain topics, but in many other videos, I don't agree with you on certain issues, and you are actually negatively impacting and influencing young girls and teens in a bad way.
That's my guess. Because if I was a fan of myself, which I am actually, I would be like, dude, you're fucking awesome. I would subscribe to me. I swear to God I would. Because thank God there's someone who's actually real, who has fucking morals, who is always honest, who isn't afraid to be themselves, who isn't full of a bunch of fucking drugs and alcohol and all this shit that the world has. You know, they've lived their life straight as an arrow. You know? I have personal problems when it comes to relationships, but my problems are those people. It's not the mistakes I've made. Thank God it's not the mistakes I've made.
Onision, Greg, this is a problem with what you just said. That it was never any mistakes you've made. and I disagree on this, and the video that you're about to see, I think, will kind of give you a background of why I think some of your relationships have failed, especially the one with Shiloh, when you recorded her having a seizure. But most of all, this hidden video, which not many people have seen simply because it got removed off of YouTube by you, removing it 10 minutes upon uploading it.
A is an alpha. I want to be able to talk. I want people to realize that he's been telling people lies.
Hello? Hi.
Get the camera off of me, I swear to God. He has a camera on me. He has a camera on me right now. Get the camera off of me. Why do you have a camera on me?
Okay, thank you.
Get the camera off of me.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Get the camera off of me.
Buddy, the problem is that when I was on the phone with my Aunt Kelly and my mom, you threatened to kill yourself in the background, so that's 2 witnesses.
You know what? No, you're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to me because you're never going to see me again. So once in your life, you're going to listen to me. Okay? Look at me. Look at me, Greg. I don't care if you record me. You're going to listen to me. I'm going to seriously tell everybody what you've done to me.
I haven't done anything to
I'm
you.
going to destroy you.
I haven't done anything to you.
Yes, you have. You destroyed everything. I'm forced to go back there. She's gonna kick me out and I have nothing. Just know that when they say on the news that I was found, brutally murdered, that it was because of you.
We broke up.
Look at me.
We broke up.
Look at me. I don't
broke up.
give a shit whether we broke up or not. I do not give a shit. What you have done to me is irreversible. You've destroyed any way for me to support myself. I have nothing. You have destroyed me.
Can you take a step back?
No.
I'm backed into a corner.
Then you have to promise to listen to me.
I don't have to promise anything. The police are... Excuse me.
You're going to listen to me.
You know, open the door for the police.
You've destroyed everything. Everything that you do isn't real. Your career's been finished. Trust me, I'm capable of it. Now I actually want to destroy you because you've destroyed me. You're done. And then you'll be left with nothing.
A few days ago or something. What would you like us to do, sir? You called.
I called my sister and she told me to just leave, to just move away. And, I mean,
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, but here's the weird thing. I can't stop paying utilities here. I can't shut it off because that would be an illegal eviction according to the people I talked to.
Yep.
So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll just have to move to LA because I'm going to work down there and keep paying utilities and hope my house isn't vandalized or anything.
Do you rent or own?
I own.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, she refuses to leave, so I don't know.
Well, the only way you can get her out is with an eviction or a court order.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I have to work every day. I work full time every single day. So.
Well, you got to get your priorities and say, hey, do I want this situation to continue on our end? And then once you've made that determination, you need to take the step to move either this way or this way.
In order for me to continue doing my job, I have to leave here because she's not leaving.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go to LA as soon as possible.
And what has changed since the cops came out here last night?
She threatened to kill herself in between that time.
Okay.
And she got hysterical and
What did she say?
she said that she said I was on the phone with my Aunt Kelly and she threatened to kill herself and then I threatened to call the cops and she said that she was. What did you say exactly? You said it. You said something. You said you were going to make it look really bad or something.
Did you threaten to kill yourself, young lady?
I did.
You did?
I'm not going to deny that.
How come? That's not the, those aren't the statements of a reasonable person.
Onision, you make mistakes. We are human, everyone makes mistakes, but the fact that you think that every relationship is the other person's problem and you take no responsibility for anything you've done, including videos like this, such as recording your ex-girlfriend in this video and then in another video recording her having a seizure, exploiting her and then making money off her being traumatized and having a medical problem, that's not cool. That is a mistake. That's wrong in my opinion. So please, just take responsibility for the few mistakes you have done. That's all I ask.
So, rant over. Real human being here. Stop pretending like I want your shitty opinions. Okay? Because you're not entitled to give me them when I'm not subscribed to you. You can write me all you want and say all your shitty opinions all you want, but when you get blocked, I had every right to block you. And for anyone to act otherwise, they're just being an asshole. It's like, get out of my life. I don't even want you here. Why are you here? I don't even want you here if you're going to be negative. And yet you're still here because you are miraculously pathetic. You wouldn't want you in your life, and that is why you are pathetic. I can handle me in my life. A guy that never bothers you unless you click on his video, I can handle that. You, however, you follow people around and you bug them. And that's scumbag. You go to people's videos and you shit on them. That's scumbag. Okay? The great thing about Onision is Onision goes away when you unsubscribe. Shitty thing about you, you're like a disease. You can try to cut it out, but it just keeps coming back. So if anybody needs to grow the fuck up, it's the haters. Because they're not even willing to be human. They're not even willing to acknowledge that they are exactly what they criticize. They don't like criticism, yet they act like everyone else is wrong when they don't take their direct criticism with flying colors or with a bucket of daisies.
Onision, Greg, can you show me in any of my videos where I am exactly what I criticize? In other words, I criticize someone, but I am exactly no different than them. I have a lot of videos, over 350, and I challenge you, although I know you won't do this, I challenge you to find a video where I am criticizing someone when I am exactly guilty of the exact same thing. Because you can sit there in a video and call me a hypocrite and say that I'm guilty of the exact same thing I'm accusing you of. The difference between you and me is the fact that I actually want criticism. I want to be able to learn, I want to be able to improve my life. If you think I'm being a true hypocrite in my constructive criticism about you, by all means, please respond to me and tell me what areas in my life that I am being a hypocrite. Now take note though, Greg, you can't say, you made a video response to me, that proves you're immature. No, I mean, take a video, take something I said, and then show me where I am being inconsistent. And believe me, I will listen, I will watch. I, Daniel Sulzbach, enjoy constructive, valid criticism about my faith, about my beliefs, about my videos. There are many, 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 many times where I, as a human being, make, say, and do the wrong things. I am not perfect. I am not superior to anyone. I do not think that I am better than anyone or anything. And oh my goodness, that looks terrifying. Seriously, I am not better or smarter than anyone. I'm always striving in my life to improve myself for the better in the future. And in order for that to happen, I have to make mistakes.
Hi, Repsion. I'm making this video in response to your Onision video. First of all, I just want to say, from the perspective of someone who doesn't like Onision and doesn't watch his videos, I don't really understand why you are even still subscribed to him and why you would continue to watch his videos if you don't like him so much, because when I don't like somebody, I unsubscribe from them. I don't remain subscribed to them and then just watch all their videos. And
I'm actually not subscribed to Onision. The only way I watch his videos is when subscribers or viewers or even just random people on YouTube send me his videos that they want me to respond to. Now, as of last week, I hadn't made a Onision video for a very, very long time. Although I was having people request me to make a response to him on this topic, this topic, I just wasn't interested in it and didn't see a video that was worth my time. That is, of course, until I saw his most recent video. But again, I'm not actively seeking out. People are coming to me with his videos.
And more so than that, I mean, I feel like it's really immature of you to presume to know like what's going on in his life, like to the full extent. And on the issue of the spousal support or the alimony or whatever it technically is legally, just because something is the law doesn't mean that it's always right.
First things first, where in my video did I say that I know everything that's going on to his life to the fullest extent? You're presuming that I know that, and I never claimed that in my video. Secondly, you are in fact correct. Just because it's the law doesn't make it right. And as far as I can recall, no place in my video did I say, because it's the law, that makes it right. What I said in my video was that because it's the law, therefore it is fair. And that's not to say everything in the law is fair, but in this case of Onision and his ex-wife and alimony and the legal proceeding that happened and what resulted from it, it was perfectly fair.
So I'm finding it odd that you would not question this, but I think your hatred of Onision has kind of blinded you to the issue. And you have to kind of take it into perspective as if it wasn't somebody that you already hate so much. And
with all due respect, could you please watch my videos first before making a video response saying that I hate Onision? No place in any of my videos have I claimed that I hate Onision. In fact, I do not hate anyone on YouTube with the exception of Ray William Johnson. Hate is a very strong word, and I have never, ever hated Onision. I dislike him a lot, but I don't hate him. In fact, in many of my videos, I talk against hate. If anything, Onision hates me. I say this because he hates anyone who offers any sort of opinion or constructive feedback towards him, which is what I do in all of my videos. I give him honest, constructive feedback. And because I do that, I'm automatically classified in his label as a hater, when I'm not a hater.
You have to think about it in a way that, like, you know, if you were married and it didn't work out for some reason, would you think it was fair that you would have to pay that woman $1,000 a month until she gets married or you die? Like, that's not... I personally don't think that's fair at all.
Buddy, you gotta see the whole perspective. From what you just explained, that's not fair. If I get married and she divorces me, then I have to pay her alimony? Yeah, but if I make a social contract with her saying that if she quits her job, helps me with my YouTube career, and I'll give her a certain amount of money each month or every 2 weeks, and then our marriage doesn't work out, and then she doesn't have a job, and I'm making over $50,000 through $150,000 a year, and I have a legal agreement or some sort of communication where I said I'd be willing to pay her money, she can take me to court and follow up on my contract that I either said verbally or signed to get me to follow up with my end of the bargain. In most cases, alimony is not just thrown towards the ex-husband unless the ex-wife can provide some well-developed factual evidence on a contract that was agreed upon.
I mean, especially not like... And your analogy with, like, celebrities, that doesn't really make sense. Celebrities don't get married to each other so that they can make money off of each other. Like, we all like to have those little fantasies about celebrities and stuff because we're jealous of them, but really that's not... But really, they're normal human beings. They fall in love, right? So, I mean, I'm sure there are some people who are gold diggers, but that's not all of those people. And that's not... And then why aren't you questioning the institution? Like, if that's really if that's the use of this, then why are you not questioning that? Why are you just saying that it's okay because you don't like Onision?
I'm not saying it's okay because I dislike Onision. I'm saying it okay because of the situation in which he put himself in paying his ex-wife and then refused to do so, and then she took him to court and then she won. Before you comment on a situation about someone, you need to know the facts first. And in this case, it seems to me as if you're trying to defend Onision, which is perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to defend him, at least know some stuff about him first.
I found, like, you seem really immature in this video, and I think you really come off like you're just really jealous of Onision, and I know you're not going to like that word, but it just comes off like you're really jealous of the viewership that Onision has, and you think that because he has a lot of viewers on YouTube, he can't have any personal problems in his life.
I have no problem with you using the word jealous, but You couldn't be more wrong, and I actually find it rather humorous that you would actually think that I'm jealous of Onision, because that's what Onision thinks of everybody. Anyone who gives him any negative feedback or any type of opinion that disagrees with him, he labels them as a hater and automatically jealous, and you're doing the exact same thing here. You're just like those Justin Bieber fangirls who, if I say I don't like Justin Bieber's music, they jump in my face and say, Mr. Wepsion, you're jealous of Justin Bieber. You're a hater of Justin Bieber, and all you want is his fame, and all you want is his money, and you're just really, really jealous. I mean, sure, he has a lot of money, and I would certainly like a lot of money, but I would not want Justin Bieber's fame. And I would not want Onision's fame, because Justin Bieber has millions of fangirls. He has no private life. I would hate that. Any place I go, I have crowds of people following me. No, I don't want that. I'm not jealous of that. Likewise, the same thing is with Onision. The influence he has on these young girls, they look to him as a god. I don't want young girls, or even anyone really, looking up to me as a role model on YouTube, even though people have expressed they view me as that. I don't want that, though. I want viewers and subscribers who I can interact with and who can disagree with me on things. Onision's crowd or fan base all consist of the same type of mentality of people. They're easily influenced, and they believe anything Onision says, including his bigotry and when he tries to force veganism down other people's throats. You can sit there just like a Justin Bieber fangirl and tell me that my reason I respond to him is because I'm jealous, but I'm not. Because really, if I was jealous, or if I was really a hater, I would not be investing the amount of time I am investing in the videos that I make towards Onision. Especially this video, because you can see how long it is, and it's taken me several days to make and respond to. And someone who's just a hater or jealous would not invest as much time as I am investing in trying to pry into Onision's mind and talk some common sense into him.
Okay, so I'm not entirely familiar with his recent shenanigans. I don't really know what's going on with him really a lot, but
So you admit you don't really know much about him, you don't know his past or anything, so why in the heck are you even making this video response to me? And I'm not trying to be rude or condescending here, but it's really ignorant on your part to make a video response to me telling me how immature I am, and I'm not offended by that, by the way, it's perfectly fine. I'm just shocked that you admit that you don't know anything about him, yet you're making a video response defending Onision when you don't even know his past history or the past things he's done. The exploitation he's done with his ex-girlfriends, which I already provided one video on this video here. And it's very ignorant on your part to comment on a situation between two YouTubers, me and Onision, when you don't even know the whole background of Onision.
I think that it's really, really immature of you to suggest that he has no right to complain about anything just because you're jealous that he has these subscribers.
Again, that's fine. You can think that I'm jealous, but again, I'm not. And if you've seen any of my videos, I don't care about my subscription count, okay? Whether I had 5,100 subscribers, I'd still be making this video I'm making right now with the same amount of effort. I don't care about the quantity, I care about the quality of my content.
It's really immature of you to say that just because he has this thing, he can't complain about anything in his life. I think that's really ridiculous.
So I must ask yet again, where in my video did I claim that he has no right to complain about his personal problems? Where did I say that in my video? I didn't say that anyplace. There's nothing wrong with Onision making views expressing his personal problems on the internet. But you must understand that this is YouTube, and the majority of the YouTube community, and I'm speaking on 99% of the YouTube community, do not want someone making a video complaining about their life. That's all Onision does on his Onision Speaks channel. He complains and complains and complains, and he says he only wants people responding with positive feedback, when in reality his video is negative. His video is a negative influence because all he does is sit there, moan and complain about how life's so unfair and that he has to pay money to this person and that person. We as a community on YouTube do not want to hear this guy complain all the time. That's all he ever does. I mean, believe me, if I made a video every day just sitting around and complaining about I had to pay income tax for the government, or they took money out of my social security, that's just not fair. My mom made me wash the dishes yesterday and made me take out the trash. That's completely unfair. I, as a single child, shouldn't have to do stuff like that. Do you catch my drift? Complain, moan, complain, moan, complain, moan. That's what Onision does on his Onision Speaks channel.
And I honestly, I expect a lot more from you. I expect you to approach things a lot more balanced and a lot more openly. Because I've watched a lot of your videos and I really like them. I really like a lot of them. And this was really disappointing for me as a fan of your videos to see you react like this to somebody. I thought it was extremely immature and completely unwarranted.
This is the internet. This is known as YouTube. With over 20,000 subscribers on my channel now, there is no way that I can satisfy everyone and everything. And in fact, I'm not trying to do that. Because no matter what topic I talk about, or what video response I do, there are going to be people who disagree with me. There are going to be people who think I'm ignorant. There are going to be people who think I'm immature. There are going to be people who think I'm stupid. There are going to be people who think I'm smart. There are going to be people who think that I'm completely wrong in every single one of my videos. In fact, one of my earlier videos I did when I talked about the rape myth, people were saying that I was wrong for advocating that it's not a woman's fault for being raped. And that's pretty crazy, but you're going to have people who disagree with you. You're going to have people who think that you're terrible, you're immature. And you happen to be one of these people, and I'm not making my videos based upon trying to satisfy you or what you think I should or shouldn't say. Because once I do that, my videos don't become my own, they become what you guys want, and I'm not going to do that with my content. And by all means, I would suggest that you watch some of my older videos that I've done so you can see that these type of video responses I do are very regular on my channel. And if you were disappointed with my last Onision video, then you're going to be disappointed with a lot of future videos that I do. So with that said, this sums up all 3 videos responses in one. I am Mr. Epsion, also known as Daniel Solzbach. Hope this was a helpful video and very informative about Onision. I apologize for the length, but deep down I think it was worth the time and effort that I invested into this video response. And if you've gotten this far, please send this video, tweet this video to Onision. Onision's fan email for his Onision Speaks channel is down below right here. You can see it. If you could send him this video if you want him to see it. Otherwise, don't send it to him. Don't harass him. But if you want him to see this video, do whatever you can to get it sent to him, whether on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, because I think Onision needs to see this video, but that's just my opinion. With that said, I'm Mr. Epsion, also known as Daniel Solzbach. Peace the rep out and have a fantastic next week.